Everybody, welcome back. So we're going to be starting the RBC gasket matching, so stay tuned and enjoy. We're going to get into cutting this RBC up and stuff like that. It kind of sucks because it's nicely powder coated, so I got to cut it up in order to match it. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. But first, I got to clean up this shit. I got a fucking mess everywhere. So yeah. So I got to clean up this stuff, and then I'll go ahead and set up my vise, put the RBC in there, and start grinding away. So I'll show you a little bit of progress of what I've done so far to the car and what I'm gonna do and yada yada yada. So pop this hood real quick. Damn, I don't even know how to put my own hood prop up. Anyways, alright. So as you can see, manifold's off, fuel lines are out. Battery relocation kit is on, or halfway on. I still got a lot of shit to do because I got to do some stuff, but the fuse box is ready to be pulled in. Damn dog, look at his ass. Anyways, yeah, so I gotta pull that through, do all that stuff. Let's see what else I did. Okay, so yeah, I hooked up the wires for the relocation thing. I got two wires that got to go from here to the fuse box. I got Surge's kit. They were too short because they're for the stock location up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and extend these so they go all the way into the inside. So I'll be doing that, lubing all that stuff up. Let's see what else. Eventually going to take this harness out. This whole harness is going out. The other harness that runs from the lights, the radiator and all that shit is going to come out too. Wife's going to go ahead and loom all that up. She did pretty good on the charge harness stuff. But yeah, got these all hooked up. Battery relocation kit is hooked or mounted. Like I said, I got a lot of shit to do before I even hook this up. And then I gotta go ahead and start taking all this shit out to the ABS. I will probably drop a video on how to get all this shit out. I know a lot of this shit runs back behind the firewall by the rack and pinion and the AC shit down there. I know it's gonna probably be a pain in the ass to get to because there's like clips like that they all ride on. So I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get to that, but I'll do a video on that and show how to do that because I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass for some people, but I will do it. What else I gotta do? Eventually gotta put this ABS kit in. As you've seen, follow me on Instagram. I did get the other line in. I got everything in, set, ready for that. So I'll have to, hook that up, eventually do the brakes and all that shit. Bleed it all out. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Just out here grinding. Got a little bit of rain coming, but I got this nice tarp to keep me warm. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and we'll jump into this RBC thing. Alright, so let's get started. So zoom out. Okay, so I got the RBC here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some towels in my vise so I don't scratch it all up and set the RBC in here. Got these from Harbor Freight, so use those. Picked up the air die grinder from Harbor Freight too, pretty cheap. I'm curious on to if it's going to work any good. If not, I might have to go buy the more powerful one, but we'll see. Got my grinder over there I got to pick up and start grinding. So I'm going to go ahead and set all this up in the vise, get everything laid out, and then we'll go ahead and start this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this part first. I went ahead and put some stock bolts in and put a nut on both sides on the corners. That way it keeps this sturdy so that I can draw this line with a Sharpie and cut this off. And then I gotta do just a little bit of of it up here. Let me look. Yeah, the bottom's not too bad. Just these little front parts right here. I gotta grind out a little bit to gasket match it, but that'll be easy. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my shit ready and cut this, and then get the flap disc and make it nice and get that ready. So I ran into an issue with my adapter that's supposed to go from the K20 throttle body to an RBC. I got the wrong one, so I just ordered another one from Real Street, the right one. This one, I tried to match it up and everything, nothing matches up. I basically need the one that has the water port, or the port that has right down here. So if anybody's looking for a spacer, I think I want to say it goes to an Ultra Street manifold. So from a from a regular throttle body, Pro Series throttle body, to an Ultra manifold, I think. If anybody's interested, if they got an Ultra manifold and they need a spacer, let me know. I got it. Hook it up hella dirt cheap. Probably just pay for shipping and it's yours. But if you are looking to get this, Instagram, hit me up on DM me on my Instagram, and I'll give you the proper information that this spacer goes to. But I don't need it. It's not going to work. And if anything, it'll be a paperweight. So that's that on that. So I'll go ahead and set up and get ready to cut this. All right. So probably next week, next week when I drop into cutting this part, it'll be a week later once I get the spacer in, but this will all be in one video. All right. So once you get the gasket traced out, that's what it's gonna look like. You're basically gonna cut this side off, and you're gonna grind all this till you see no black. So that's pretty much it right there. So I'll go ahead and I'm not gonna record myself grinding all this shit down because there's just gonna be noise, but do a little time lapse, I guess, with some music behind it, and then I'll go ahead and start cutting this shit up. All right, so got that piece cut. I'll go ahead and do another cut straight line here, and then I'll take my flap disc, clean this up, and then under here, take the flap disc and clean all this shit up too to match it with this runner right here. Basically right here you want to go, right below here. You don't want to go too high because of this is where you put the nut. So just this little piece here, and then get this stuff kind of mashed down, and then a little bit right here. Oops, a little bit right here. Just flap disc it down and then make it nice. Sucks because I got to mess up the whatever this shit's called. God damn, I can't think. The powder coating up right here, but might just hit it with some black paint because no point in getting some powder coating for that. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and finish this up, cut this. It was fairly easy. You just take the angle grinder, cut a straight line. I went from underneath on this side and cut a little bit of line up. Took the hammer, gave it a good whack. It broke right off. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. Shit. So yeah, that was the piece, basically like that. So just took a hammer and snapped it. Now time to clean it up. Get my flap disc out and clean all this stuff up, and I guys will show you that, and then I'll get the die grinder out and get all that stuff. So yep, check it out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with 60 grit right now to clean it, to get it down further, and then I'll finish it up with an 80 grit, and then I'll show you guys the end process. I'm probably just gonna tape it off and hit it with some black spray paint for now because I don't have anybody to powder coat, so it'll work. Alright, so I got this part shaved down. As you can see, it's got the nice curve to it for the gasket, and then the water neck part right here is just shaved down to about right here. I'll give you guys a better look, so when you guys are doing this, you understand how far you can go and how far you can't go, and then I'll show you on the car, you know, that it does work. So I mean, you can leave that little lip, you can grind it all the way down, up to you. I already mocked it up and it fits fine, so I'll go ahead and show you guys that real quick. Let me stop it. So as you can see right there, I could probably take a little bit off that top side, but it's on there, it matches. I'm probably just gonna leave it, but as you can tell, it goes right on. The holes, the bolt holes match up fine, nothing is rubbing. So yeah, so that's pretty much how you want it to look, and it'll work. So there it is. Now that I got that done, I'm gonna go ahead and move on, hook up the die grinder and start getting these grinded out, and then I will show you guys the finished product. Like I said, I have to reorder a spacer, so as soon as that comes in, I'll pick up where I left off and do this. Alright, so got this all matched up right now, pretty good. Had a little scuff marks in here, so I went ahead and cleaned that up in there, cleaned it up. Now I just gotta rinse it out, blow it out, clean it all up for all the aluminum dust inside. But it's pretty good. I'm waiting for a thermal Honda gasket, intake manifold gasket, to come in. Right now they're on back order, so when I get that one, I will actually put that one on and see if it's really good. Because right now I got, you know, there's like a little bit of lip, but I want to wait till I get the other gasket, put it on, and make sure it's 100%, because this is a very used gasket. So once I get that gasket and match it up, then I'll know if I have to take a little bit more or whatever. But for now, that is it for that part of that trimming and trimming that. So I guess this will probably just be part 1 of the RBC of doing this. Part 2 will be this. Once I get the right spacer in, then we'll go, and I'll go ahead and drop part 2 on this. So stay tuned for part 2. That's part 1. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with some paint real quick, and then close this video out after I hit this with some paint. So I mean, the only tips I can give is, you know, just take your time, get the right tools, you know, take your time grinding it and everything like that. You know what I mean? Just take your time. Die grinders, get the bits, you know, and just go slow and take it easy, and it'll come out good. No biggie. I guess that's the only tips. I guess on a scale, I would probably rate it probably a 7 out of a 10, maybe a 6 out of 10. It's not too bad. If you have the right tools, it's pretty easy. But if you don't, of course, it's gonna make it harder. But yeah, so stay tuned for part 2 of the RBC. Alright, so it's finished. I painted it with the barbecue paint because it's a little bit, you know, not as bright. It looks alright. It's definitely not better than powder coat, but that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna send it like that. So that'll be part 1 of this RBC, is this piece, the porting of these pieces and cutting whatever. Part 2 will be porting out this. So on that, so stay tuned for part 2. Like I said, I had to order a new spacer because the one I had was wrong. So there's gonna be a part 2 of this. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and K all day, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right.